Once again, we're staying in our interface.dwg file. We're going to take a look at the command line or command input in AutoCAD. Now, traditionally, way back when I first started using AutoCAD, this was the only input method in AutoCAD. We didn't have a ribbon. We didn't have icons. We didn't even have windows. I started on an MS-DOS version of AutoCAD, where the Windows interface, the Windows operating system, hadn't even been invented yet. So down here, you'll see you've got your command line right here. Type a command. So if I click in that there and type something like line, for example, notice it highlights when you move away, it de-highlights. So if I type in line, I'll get what is called a suggestion menu. So it's now saying to me, oh, there's all these different functions in AutoCAD that have the word line in them. Right at the top there, you've got the line command, like so. So I'll click on line. Takes me into the drawing area, specify first point. If I click once, move the mouse, click again, move the mouse, click again, and just press enter to finish. I've drawn a couple of line segments using the line command. Now, the good thing about that is if I want to check what I've done in that drawing, I can click on this arrow here, over here to the right-hand end of the command line, and you can see, look, there is my line command. There's an auto-save that happened previously, and I can check the history within the drawing. I just click on the arrow again, takes that back into the command line. Now, there are some little bits of functionality here. If I click on this little arrow here, you'll notice there's the recent commands. So that's my recent commands on that little fly out there, for example. Now, if I hit escape, that'll obviously disappear. Now, the other thing you can do with the command line is you can click on these little dots here and drag it around and so on. Now, I don't recommend that you place it anywhere else. It's always useful just down there at the bottom of the screen, but you can dock it completely right at the bottom. Can you see the ghost image there? It's up to you if you do that. That docks it permanently there. And also, I can close the command line. I do not recommend closing it, so don't click on the cross. Otherwise, you'll have to go into all of the tools and things to find out how to open up the command line again. By default, the command line is always there. Just leave it there at the bottom of the screen. Now, here as well, you've got a little spanner or wrench, as you might call it. I can customize it. I can have input settings, so I can have autocomplete, autocorrect, system variables, lines of prompt history. I can change the number of lines. I can do input search options. I again change the transparency of it. And if I go to options there as well, that will open up the options dialog box, allowing me to set my AutoCAD options as well. So I'll click on cancel there. So as you can see, that command line does serve its purpose. Now, for example, let's say that I went up to the mirror command on the modify. Notice the command prompt on the command line. It's asking me to select the objects. It's also asking me next to the little pick box there to select the objects. That's what they call dynamic input. We'll cover that later. But as you can see, the command line tells you the command and what it wants you to do. You even get a little icon now that is the same as the icon that you have on the modify panel for the mirror command. It's quite a nice little visual feature. So I can select those objects there, and if I want to mirror them, I can. I'm going to hit escape a couple of times. If you want to cancel a command, by the way, hit escape once to cancel the command and then hit escape twice to deselect any objects you might have selected. The good thing is, though, if I go back to that history now here, click there, can you see I've got mirror as well? And that's the cancel. That's the escape key being pressed in AutoCAD. So if I now click there, that obviously closes the history of the command line. Again, investigate how you want to use the command line in AutoCAD and set it up accordingly for your particular usage when you're working on your drawings.